Did you know that it is possible to connect your Android phone to your PC wirelessly without using any type of cable or any other type of physical connection? This is a very cool feature, and today I'm going to teach you how to do that. And then I will tell you some practical usages of this method, such as being able to use your mobile phone as a baby monitor, a surveillance camera, or even remotely access your phone while it's maybe charging in another room. We are going to need to install Android Studio and another software for mirroring your Android screen to your PC that is called Visor. I have already done this in my Robot Framework automation tutorials, so if you want to see how that is configured in detail, you can click the link up there, or if not, I will leave you a link in the description. But very briefly, if you haven't watched the automation tutorials, you should go ahead and install your Android Studio on your PC. You can do that by simply going to Google, typing in Android Studio, and then clicking on the first link. And then you select Download Android Studio. This is a method that works well on Windows and on Mac, so it doesn't matter which operating system you use. Then we will go ahead and we are going to install a tool called Visor. This will allow you to mirror your Android screen on your PC, and every click or touch that you do with your mouse or keyboard will be replicated on your device. So simply go to visor.io, click download, and select your operating system and install. After you have installed Android Studio, you should check that your environment variables are properly set. So for that, you will right-click your PC, you will go to Advanced Settings, Environment Variables. First of all, you should put Android Home, which is the location for Android Studio installation, and the ADB Tools folder. And in the path, you will have Android Home / Platform Tools / Emulator and / Tools / Bin. So once again, I will leave you the link in the description for configuring all this out, so don't worry. When it comes to your Android phone, when you first get your hands on it, it will look something like this maybe. So what we need to do in order to make this work is to activate developer mode for Android. And for that, you should go to Settings on your mobile device, and you should go to About Phone, Software Information, and click 7 times on the build number. If you have a PIN, it will ask you to confirm with a PIN. So in my case, this is a very complicated one and very secure. And then once you have this figured out, it will say that developer option has been activated. If you go back to settings, you will find developer options, which is another menu, a new menu that appears. In order to make this work, first time you have to connect your phone to your PC with your USB cable. So what you need to do is to open up a new command prompt on Windows or a terminal on Mac. And if you have properly set your environment variables, you will be able to run this command successfully. So it will say list of devices attached. Right now, we don't have any device that it's visible to ADB because we have not turned on the USB debugging. So that's why you go into settings and you activate developer options. And then in the developer options, you have this check mark that says USB debugging. Once you will activate that, you will normally see a confirmation pop-up that will ask you if you want to add this to your computer. Just type in OK, And now when you go and say ADB devices, you have a device that is attached to your system. Now in this configuration, you are able to use the Android shell and you are able to mirror your screen on the PC using Visor. So if I open up Visor, I will see that I have this device available. If I click the play button, it will check for the Visor APK, and now it will allow me to mirror my screen, my Android screen, to my PC, which is very cool. But I said that I want to do this wirelessly. So in order to do that and still be able to use Visor, you must first open up a TCP port on your Android device in order to accept incoming wireless connections. So for that this is actually why you need a USB cable in order to connect your phone to your PC with your cable the first time, connect it to ADB, and with the help of ADB to activate the TCP port. So the command is ADB TCP IP, and by default it's going to be 5555. You will see that Visor is going to restart. Now if I type in again ADB devices, I still have one device attached to the system. In order to remotely connect your Android to your PC, you must go to Settings, Connections, Wi-Fi, and the first thing we are going to need is to see what is the IP address of your phone. You have the network details. In my case, this is the IP address that I'm using. So in order to remotely connect my phone to my computer, the command is ADB connect, and then I put in the IP address, so it's 1.148, and then I give it the port. Once I give this command, it will say connected to 192.168.148, and if I type in ADB devices, so now I have two devices connected to my system. In reality, it's the same device, but one connection is for the cable and one connection is for wireless. So now if I unplug the cable from my phone, and if I type in ADB devices again, you will see that I have only one device left. So now in Visor, this connection has been terminated. So now in Visor, I should have the exact replica of my phone. And you can see that whatever I do on Visor will replicate on the phone itself. And vice versa, if I do something on my phone, it will be replicated on the PC. So this is a very, very cool method of wirelessly connecting your phone to your PC without using a cable. So I mentioned earlier about practical uses of this method. Well, you can, for example, take your Android phone and place it in another room while it's still connected to ADB and to your wireless network. And what you can do is that you can use Visor to start the camera, and it will actually record, or it will simply display what the camera shows in that room. So that can be used as a baby monitor, or that can be used as a surveillance camera. Furthermore, if you have your phone charging into another room and you want to operate it for some reason, you can connect it to Visor, and you will use only Visor to click buttons, activate menus, and so on. A more practical usage would be maybe if someone gets hold of your phone and tries to get into your accounts or check information on your phone, you will be able to see everything on the PC while they do it. So let's say that maybe someone found your phone on the table and they start browsing through it. What do? You don't have a power button that is available to in Visor, and you simply click this screen on off button, and this will lock your phone. That's it for today's method. I hope you find this useful, and I will see you again in the next tutorials.